Chattanooga Radio.
Roar into Talladega.
Hello? Who am I speaking with? Eric. You're our winner. Really?
You'll receive tickets for all 3 races between the Camping World Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Monster Energy Cup races.
Holy cow.
In addition, you'll receive a 2-night stay at the Microtel Hotel and restaurant accommodations at 2 area restaurants.
Chattanooga Radio.
Roar into Talladega.
Chattanooga Radio.
92.7.
Your NASCAR racing station. Nooga Radio 92.7 FM.
Chattanooga Radio. 92.7.
Do you hear that? That, my friend, is not what you're thinking. That is the new 2018 Indian Chieftain Dark Horse. Yeah, Indian. Indian motorcycle is more than a bike. It's an experience, an American icon. And Indian Motorcycle of Chattanooga is the only place you'll find their new 2018 line. Are you ready to ride? Join the club. Go to Indian Motorcycle of Chattanooga. Just look for the sign, 153 and Amnicola. Indian Motorcycle, the true American original.
Call 423-875-3600 if you're looking to expand your professional look of your business. Then consider the vast opportunities that are available when you locate your office with the Rains Group family. Remember, it's location, 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 and the Rains Group has the location for your professional office. Check out the spaces for lease at Executive Business Park on the Lee Highway. Small or large, we will build to suit your needs with the Rains Group. Call 423-875-3600 for the business professionals with the Rains Group.
Chattanooga Paint and Decorating would like to remind you it's so hot out there. And guess what? Your deck is taking a beating. It's probably starting to show wear. If you're hosting friends, get your deck entertainment ready with a fresh coat of stain and protect it from heat, sun, and rain with a quality sealant. If you want to get to work, Chattanooga Paint and Decorating want to help you. For exterior paint, stains, sealants, and supplies, stop by Chattanooga Paint and Decorating today on Hickson Pike across from Valvoline or online at ChattanoogaPaint.com.
Chattanooga Radio.
Are you brain dead? Still voting for pathetic liberals? Take 3 hours of Sean Hannity from 3 to 6.
Chattanooga Radio.
Then call us in the morning between 9 and 11.
92.7.
Nooga Radio. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Sam Jordan's Nooga Radio 92.7 Sports now. Nooga Radio 92.7
Really some great guests we had earlier with Coach Stacy Franklin and also with Rachel Sanders, one of the forwards on the women's basketball team at Chat State. The Lady Tigers going to be getting their season underway in early November, and we think that it would be great to see some of their games. Rachel really exudes a little bit of quietness, maybe a little bit of shyness, but I tell you what, I bet she's all business when she's out there on the court, and it will be good to see. Just getting the vibe from Coach Franklin and even with Rachel about how much fun that they have together. They're our family, and that's great to see that and making sure that everybody's kind of looking after one another, and when one may be down, you know, the rest of the teammates kind of pick them up, and I can just see that with Rachel and getting that vibe from Coach Franklin. So if you get a chance, head over to Amnicola Highway and support the various athletic programs going on over at Chat State. Men's and women's basketball going on over there. The women's volleyball team is going to be premiering for the first time ever at Chat State. You couldn't have found a better coach to step in there to kick off their inaugural season than Coach Janet Tate, and they are have been having tryouts and trying to get people to come aboard that are in college and everything to be a part of something special, brand new, right out of the chute, very first team. So if you get an opportunity, head over to Amnicola Highway when the school year gets underway and check out some of these great student athletes that are performing out there in basketball, volleyball, whatever it may be, and experience some greatness right here under your own roof here in the Tennessee Valley. If you'd like to call in and participate, you can do so by calling 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. And it is the Locker Room Show. Don't forget, coming up at 8 o'clock right after CBS World and National News, we've got The Clutch with Keon Rose. Yes, he is in the house. And Keon, one of those great rising stars in sports radio. So check out what he has to say and comment on. It is interesting to see that our Chattanooga Lookouts are back home. They rolled on with a sweep over Mobile on Sunday, winning 9-4. They're back home now with Pensacola coming to town. And they just got underway a little bit after 7 o'clock. It's a 5-game series at home. And for both teams, they didn't know right up until game time who was going to be on the mound and everything. So we can't tell you much about that. But Lewis Thorpe pitched a 6-inning gem of an outing for his 5th victory of the year. He picked up the win after allowing 2 runs on 4 hits in 6 innings, striking out 5, and did not allow a walk. Lookouts had 11 hits to 7 for Mobile and were 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position, leaving 8 runners on base. Big 5th inning allowed the Lookouts to jump out to a lead that would not be surmounted. Jordan Gore reached on an errand. Tanner English single to set up the biggest hit of the inning. Xander Weil, who is batting .308, launched for his 7th home run of the season. By the time the inning was done, Chattanooga had plated 5 runs in that contest. So the Lookouts are back in a winning way, and hopefully they can continue that here in this 5-game homestand with Pensacola. So if you get a chance, head over to AT&T Field and catch some great minor league baseball action with your Class AA Minnesota Twins affiliate with the Chattanooga Lookouts. All right, college football starting to get into motion. We had the SEC Media Days that went on last week down in Atlanta. And so teams are starting to put their plans together into a plan that is hopefully going to lead the Tennessee Vols back to competitive winning style. Yes. So hopefully the Tennessee Vols will be able to get things turned around. Jeremy Pruitt looking to take that task in his first head coaching experience and taking Tennessee back into prominence like it had been known for many, many years with Coach Philip Fulmer. And I'm sure I didn't get to listen on Saturday. Nick LaFew, the host of the Breakfast Blitz, I'm sure was probably talking at some point about Tennessee Vols football. And, even though he is a Vols fanatic, literally a fanatic, he still doesn't think that they're going to do more than 5 or 6 victories in this first season with Coach Pruitt. I actually believe that they're going to do 8 wins. I could be wrong, but I don't think Coach Pruitt, who's coming from a national prominent football program, is going to see anything less than that. Or something will hit the fan. Yeah. I really think Tennessee has got their act together. Their head is on their shoulder, and they're ready to start winning again. And with Coach Fulmer back in the athletic department, in charge of the athletic department, and with him being a former winning coach who was a part of a national championship team at Knoxville, I think we'll see that success happen sooner than later. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win a national championship in the first year. They could, but I don't see that happening immediately. They are getting the recruits. And in fact, Alabama may be hitting a little bit of a stride where they're not getting the players like they normally do. Georgia, Kirby Smart, come on. He was a protege, and he has seen the successes, and he's already got a national championship under his belt. And I think Pruitt will eventually get to that point as well up in Knoxville. But, I just think that college football in general, we're going to see a little bit of a shift happen. Yeah, you're still going to have your prominent teams out there, but it just, the wealth is getting spread out a little bit more. And I think that Coach Arth here in Chattanooga with UTC is going to get UTC back in its winning ways in the Southern Conference. So, a little bit of pressure is on, some of these programs to get things back to where it had been. And, with Coach Arth at UTC, outstanding coach. And, they had the injury bug just like UT did up in Knoxville. So, they're gradually getting everything ready to go, because when September rolls around and college football is off in its earnest, it's going to be some fun football. Now, Tennessee's definitely going to find out quickly when they take on West Virginia. But, UTC, they should do well themselves. So expect a lot of talk on our parts, whether it's myself or Keon or Nick, talking about college football and how well that they're doing going into this 2018 season. But you know what? I'm really looking forward to basketball. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, watching Chat State and UTC play. Just, you feel that vibe out there. Katie Burrs over at UTC, who's the new head basketball coach there for the Mocs women's team. I don't think she's going to miss a stride in that step after taking over for the legendary Jim Foster, and just getting that vibe and everything from Coach Stacy Franklin from Chat State. Women's program there looks like it's off and running in a big way, bringing in a quality coach who has been an assistant at some fine women's basketball programs here in the country. And having that caliber of coaching here in Chattanooga, just really outstanding. So I like to hear a lot from our women's coaches here in Chattanooga, whether it's at Chat State or UTC. Men's program, Lamar Paris really has got a lot of rebuilding to do. Some of the players have left, transferred out. 5 or 6 of them are no longer with the team that was on last year's roster. But I tell you what, Coach Paris may be a young coach, but, those that leave, choose to do so for various reasons. But Chat State and UTC basketball should be in good shape. And hopefully we'll find out more from Chat State men's program here before we get to the start of the season. And we hope to have Coach Franklin and some of the other players. Rachel, she is more welcome to come back. She could actually do her own show. I could just see that now. She's just got that tenacity and looks like she's just ready to bust out talking balls with basketball. Yeah. I told her that. She didn't believe me, but I told her anyway. Carolyn Monger is taking over the Ottawa High School girls softball program following the resignation of John Massey shortly after the 2018 state tournament. Massey has since been named the boys baseball coach at Silverdale Baptist Academy, and Monger, who coached at Eastridge for 3 years, now has the task of continuing the Lady Owls' highly successful 5-year run under Massey's guidance that included 3 state tournament appearances and 2 third-place finishes. Monger, who played college softball at Tennessee Tech College, coached volleyball and tennis at Sequatchie County prior to assuming the softball job with the Lady Pioneers, and completes the full circle back to Ottawa, where she graduated in 2006. So congratulations to Carolyn Monger, the new girls softball coach at Ottawa High School. All right. Just some of the things going on here in our own little world. Also, the 4 Dalton State athletic teams were named as 2017-18 NAIA Scholar teams by the governing body on Monday, today. For a team to be considered for the NAIA Scholar Team Award, it must have a minimum 3.0 grade point average on a 4.0 scale as defined by the institution. Team grade point average includes all eligible varsity student athletes. Leading the way for the Roadrunners was the women's cross-country team with a 3.22 team GPA. Nipping on their heels was the men's soccer team with a 3.20 team GPA for the 17-18 academic year. Women's golf and women's soccer were narrowly behind with the team GPA of 3.15 and 3.14 respectively, giving Dalton State 4 of 7 sports on the list. Total, the entire athletic department averaged a GPA just north of 3.0 for the year. So congratulations. But women's cross-country, golf, soccer, and men's soccer earning the team's GPA worthy of this national honor and having over half of their teams recognized by the NAIA as a scholar team. Indeed an honor, to say the least. So congratulations to them in that fine accomplishment. One of the things that I've always said, academics before athletics. And I'm a sports nut and a half, but I've also been an athletic administrator, where you have to keep emphasizing that every chance you can. So it was great to see that accomplishment there for Dalton State. And I'm sure that we'll hear that from our other area schools as well. I know UTC having that accomplishment, getting those accolades in the Southern Conference here. I remember talking about that here about a week or so ago. So really a great job with our area colleges, to say the least. High school football are going to be getting underway here. Before you know it, we're less than a month away from the start of the 2018 high school football season. Of course, Nuga Radio will be broadcasting various games throughout the season, and we hope that you will tune in for that. If you're a business out there, would like to advertise, write down this number and give us a call at 423-497-2407. 423-497-2407 is the phone number if you would like to have your business a part of high school football here in the Tennessee Valley. Be glad to talk with you about that. Very affordable, and we'll make sure that we promote your business to its fullest. NASCAR. Yes, NASCAR was this past weekend. And a lot of great things going on with that. Let's check in with Susie Armstrong, get you updated with the latest in NASCAR news with the world of racing here on Nuga Radio.
Is it time for drastic changes to the NASCAR landscape? Joey Logano weighs in.
The way people consume sports in general.
I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is the world of racing.
Progressive presents Get Pumped. Inspiration to help you do insurance stuff.
Okay, time out. You're going to let your budget be the boss of you? Take control with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Tell us what you want to pay for car insurance, and we'll help you find options that fit your budget. Here's some music to get you pumped. Da-dong, 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 dang, dang. I hear your budget laughing at you. Oh, wait, that's just those kids laughing at me. Ignore them! Da-dong, da-dong,
Progressive
da-dong.
Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Things happen fast in racing, and if you don't know where to look, you can miss it all. With Legend from Racing Electronics, you'll never miss another moment. Legend gives you live fan vision video, in-car cameras, and stats at NASCAR and other Premier Series events. And the next generation race scanner for unfiltered driver and crew audio at any motorsports event nationwide. NASCAR fans have never been closer to the action. Welcome to the future of the fan experience. Learn more by visiting racingelectronics.com.
Eldora Speedway owner Tony Stewart just announced that he would welcome the NASCAR Xfinity and Monster Energy Cup Series on the dirt oval. And for the first time ever, the Cup teams will clash on the reconfigured Charlotte Road Course in September. Are even bigger changes ahead for NASCAR? Joey Logano thinks so.
I think it's important for us to make change to keep up with the times, right? Because the way people consume sports in general has changed with social media or just the way people are these days, right? Not as many people sit down in front of a TV for that long, right? So you have to figure out ways to keep people's attention during a long period of time.
I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is the World of Racing on the Motor Racing Network.
Thank you very much, Susie. And don't forget, coming up this Sunday will be the Overton's 400 at the Tricky Tri-Oval, known as Pocono. They're in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Been there numerous times, and you catch only about 7 seconds of the cars as they race by until they come back around. But I tell you what, that's one of the finest tracks that I've been a part of. I've been to Dover, just all kinds of different tracks. Watkins Glen, which that's where they'll be going after this coming week's race. And, I want to catch Bristol and Talladega and Charlotte at some point. Been to Indianapolis, and that's always iconic. But you can catch all your NASCAR racing action right here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM. And in fact, the race at Pocono will get underway through the facilities of the Motor Racing Network at 1:30 this coming Sunday. So make sure you tune in for that if you can't catch it on the tube. I don't even know. Nobody had it on the tube except probably FS1 or NBC Sportsnet. That's one thing I don't get. This has been one of my little pet peeves. When you've got a major event like NASCAR or the NBA or NFL or Major League Baseball, have it on the main networks. I realize, you got to put programming on these other little sub networks that NBC and Fox has and everything like that. But, when you're talking a major series, why not have it on one of the major networks? I just don't get it. I mean, as a programmer, why not have it on the major networks? It was fun watching Major League Baseball Saturday night on Fox, seeing my St. Louis Cardinals play against the Chicago Cubs. And I really thought it was going to be a little bit more one-sided in the form of the Cubs winning. But my Cardinals did well. They're in the 8th. And it was really fun to be able to see my Cardinals do well like they did. But even if you tune in to us, still just turn the volume down on the TV and listen to the great announcers that we have here from MRN or PRN and enjoy some great racing. Maybe a little bit of discrepancy as far as the time lapse and everything, but for the most part, you're going to catch some great racing action. My good friend Keon Rose is coming up next with The Clutch. We'll talk to you again tomorrow with sports updates throughout the day. We'll be back with you tomorrow night with more of The Locker Room Show. Thanks to Coach Stacey Franklin and player Rachel Sanders from Chat State Women's Basketball being with us here on the show tonight. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.
Traffic, news, and information.